Hi, and welcome to another edition of Scott on Security. Now, yesterday, I was told that I was having some microphone difficulties, and today I'm actually going to be recording from the home office. So let's see what the quality of today's video turns out like. A lot of big news that was happening today, as you may know or not. The Consumer Electronics Show is happening in Las Vegas, and Facebook took the time to announce that they're updating a bunch of different security-related functionality on Facebook. Something very important to remember with Facebook is, of course, when they make changes to the security settings, a lot of times things will get set back to default. So they've released a new tool, a privacy checkup tool that you can run to see what your privacy settings are on. So you may want to go to your Facebook and take a look and see what your security settings are now and make sure nothing's changed that you don't want to have changed. A new version of Firefox browser is out. So if you're a big fan of Firefox, they came out with version number 72, so you may want to look at updating. Google Pixel owners. If you're an owner of a Google Pixel, a bunch of updates came out from Google this week, so you're going to want to patch your Google Pixel phones. And yesterday I talked a bunch about social media. And the reason I'm circling back around on this, remember yesterday I told you it was very important that you make sure to download apps only from the Google Play Store if you've got an Android, or the Apple Store if you've got an iPhone, because at least then the applications will get verified. Well, today, Google has removed a couple of programs that have been submitted to the Google Play Store because guess what? They found out they actually had malware on them. So they have now removed them. And just another example of why it's important that you only get your apps from one of those authorized stores, depending on which type of device you have. I was out talking with some folks today, and interestingly enough, because here in Canada, there was a big ransomware attack that happened to one of our healthcare providers. It's been happening south of the border in the U.S., but in Canada, it hasn't been as prominent. In the province of Saskatchewan, their healthcare system got hit by ransomware. And I was just kind of casually mentioning to some fellow business owners about ransomware. Wow, it's really starting to hit home. When the first ransomware virus came out, 6-7 years ago now, a crypto locker, due to my involvement with an IT peer group, I was blessed to be able to get involved early in figuring out what crypto was, how it was operating, and man, things have changed a lot over the years as things have improved and gotten better. But it's been here 6-7 years, and I was surprised by the amount of fellow business owners that had no idea what ransomware was. And of course, just quickly, it's when a virus comes in and they lock all your files. And just like ransom in the real world, they say, hey, pay us or the hostage dies. Basically, you're going to lose access to all your files. And if you're a business, this could be a very big problem. Can you imagine coming into work one day, you can't access your database, your client files, your work files, everything is just locked, and you got to pay someone. Now, back when things first started, 6-7 years ago, it was like $30, $40, $50. People were just paying it. Well, now those demands are getting into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and even for small business clients, small businesses are getting hit like with $30, $40, $50,000 plus the amount of downtime. It gets ugly. Anyways, based on the questions these business owners were giving me, I've realized I think we're going to do a full week discussing ransomware, some of the changes, some of the things that are happening, some of the things that they're doing for the consumer level, and how they're spreading this is scary. Like, when I talk about it, you're going to be like, seriously, this is what they're doing? This is how they're spreading it around? They're basically are using it now as a social engineering tool for you to send it on to your friends voluntarily, or maybe your enemies, but send it on to someone. We'll discuss that. So we kind of hit the highlights this week, or today, is some things that have been happening in the IT and cyber world. And next week, I'll start scheduling out, and we're going to talk ransomware. So get looking forward to that. And even if you understand what ransomware is, we'll be talking about a few things that you'll kind of catch you off guard and go, really? Seriously, Scott? So that's going to be happening then. So thank you very much for tuning in again to Scott on Security, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.